childlike innocence, as if all cares, all stress had been gently washed away. She reached out. For a moment I thought she was going to slap me, but instead she grabbed a handful of my curls, squeezing lightly with her fingers.
"All curly," she breathed in delight. "Oh, all red."
All curly, all red. She just about summed up my hair.
"You're not Samantha,"
she told me, although she didn't sound sure. "No, I'm Juno. What's your name?"
"Marianne,"
she declared after a moment's thought.
"Are we going in the little bus?"
I glanced back at the van. It was yellow, with black writing on the sides. I suppose it didn't look unlike a small bus, except for E.B. frowning at us from behind the steering wheel. "Why don't we?" She allowed me to lead her to the passenger door and sit her in the seat, despite being hampered by E.B., who'd decided that any friend of mine must be a friend of his. Fortunately, Marianne didn't seem to mind an enthusiastic face licking, and responded with cries of rapture and much patting. In spite of the two of them, I managed to get her seatbelt done up and headed for Oakdean, hoping to God that was where Marianne had come from. If she hadn't, I didn't have a clue where to take her next, and somehow I had the feeling that she wouldn't know either. Thankfully, the next bend revealed two ladies in blue uniforms, peering anxiously into the hedgerows as they scurried along, as if hoping to find something hidden among the brambles and blackberries. I stopped, flashed my lights and tooted at them. At the sight of my passenger, one cried out in relief. "Oh, thank God, Judith!" Judith? What happened to Marianne? The woman approaching on my side began talking as I wound the window down. The name badge, pinned to her ample bosom, identified her as Barbara. She was a comfy little body and was slightly out of breath. "Oh, thank you so much. Where did you find her?" "Not far," I answered, as Judith Marianne climbed out with the help of her colleague, who was younger and taller, her hair scraped back to reveal a large pale forehead. "Has she gone walkabout before?" "All the time, bless her. She keeps trying to find her way to her old home. Oxford," she added in a whisper. I'm not sure how many miles away Oxford is, but it's a long way from Ashburton. I watched her depart without a backward glance to me or E.B. Her arm linked companionably with that of the care assistant, the two of them chatting amiably. "She seems happy enough." "Oh, she's a sweetheart," Barbara informed me. "Anyway, thank you so much. Juno." "Juno," she repeated. She hesitated a moment, brows drawn together in a worried frown, her lips compressed in a line. "I wonder... Our boss doesn't know she's got out again. We don't want to see her locked in her room. I wonder if... Your secret's safe with me." I didn't know about the boss of Oakdean, and I certainly wasn't about to go round there causing trouble. "Thank you," she breathed, and then hurried off after Judith Marianne and her colleague. "Life is full of strange little happenings," I informed a mystified E.B., watching them go, and we set off once again towards the town. I was half an hour late arriving at Old Nick's, because I'd driven home on the way to check my answer machine for any message from Elaine. She might not have been able to contact me on my mobile. The signal is dodgy on Dartmoor, to say the least. There was no message. I wondered if E.B. had been fed before he went walkies this morning, or whether he was still awaiting his breakfast, so I stopped at the baker's in West Street and bought him a jumbo sausage roll. Old Nick's has only been open for 2 months. The shop belonged to an elderly client of mine, Mr. Nicolai, who lived in the flat above. He was an antiques dealer. Unfortunately, Nick was a bit criminal around the edges and got himself murdered as a consequence. Why he decided to leave the entire property to me is still a mystery. I suppose he felt I'd earned it, a feeling not shared by members of his family. Whatever, it is no longer the shabby rundown.